Wow, I hope everybody got to watch the Super Bowl. What a great game. Honestly, I mean, I know it was a good game for all fans, but I told everybody at the beginning that the Raiders were going to win, and I can't believe we won, baby. We're the champions. I can't believe the Raiders won. Oh, it's so awesome. Stop laughing. That's not funny. Hey, that's not funny. Uh, all right, let's just get started. So, this is week 3 collaboration. If you remember, last week was a learning environment. Now we're actually going to go through how you can have students collaborate digitally. So the objective in this presentation or this little lecture is going to be that after this presentation, you'll have some specific strategies for collaborating with teachers and classrooms through digital media. The reading and exploring, the readings are learning environments, the future of e-learning, personal learning for educators by educators, Twitter 101. And then for exploring, there's more on the website, but you don't have to check all of that out. I mean, if it's interesting to you, by all means, dig through it. But just kind of the main things you should explore, if you like, is Twitter for educators and Twitter for beginners. But I'll be going through that also in a tutorial at the end if you'd rather watch my tutorial. This week, you're actually going to answer the questions on Twitter, and you're going to be able to continue with your tech quest. So, collaboration. First of all, I want you to know that in-person collaboration, you could have immediate feedback, a human presence. Digital collaboration, you could also have immediate feedback and a human presence. I was never a believer in online collaboration because I had never had the online experience until my master's program, and then I actually made a great friend through the online program, and we were able to work together in ways that may not have been possible if we were right next to each other. So digital collaboration could be very powerful, and we often lament and say that oh no, when you work over the computer, you lose that human feeling. But it's not true. You can bring that human feeling, and that collaboration through digital tools as well. So digital collaboration can be as real as you want it to be, and social media collaboration can be more superficial, just like regular social media, or it can be fruitful. So let's start here with these different types of collaboration. This is about an easy level of collaboration. This was sixth graders I was teaching, and the sixth graders were teaching second graders how to log into a website for individual instruction, and it was it was cool. Just brought in all the sixth graders, and then they went in and trained all the kids. Now, in this next video, this next website, this is more like a medium level collaboration. And in this is actually something that you'll be able to do once you finish this course. This was a blog or the school website that we had at Curran Middle, and then on the school website, we would actually put the work that different classes were doing. And then eventually, during this year, what was really powerful was that we had like this one that you see here. This is the school newspaper. We had things from the band, a film festival, different things going on throughout the school. So we were all able to collaborate by showing the best things that we had and putting them onto the school website. Now this one is more of a medium to hard range, and what you're going to see is you're going to see that we created a blog in our class, and then we collaborated with another school that was about 100 miles away, and this is the blog. If you go in there and click on it, you'll be able to see all the stories that the kids made, and then this is actually the split screen side by side where you can see the kids making a video and then the kids at the other school watching it. 70% the classroom. Oh my gosh, yeah, all the students are worried and the parents are like, I think I need to go. Oh no, we know, like, we're not just So this was a cool experience. One class was in Mission Viejo, another class was up in Visalia or Goshen, And then they made this little blog here, Goshen Viejo, and then they collaborated together on this same blog, putting their own stories, putting their own stories and their own little fake news. And this is fake news before it was cool. So, um, this were their stories. Minions are going to war. Breaking news: kids are turning into zombies. Edward versus Messi. The epic of SpongeBob SquarePants. You'll see the funny things that they would do. This is SpongeBob SquarePants in Ixtapa, Mexico, around 2010. So it was cool. Some of the stories were for language arts. Other ones we actually started using them for history. So this is kids discovering an ancient tomb underneath the town. A kid makes a time machine that takes them to ancient Samaria. At the time, we were studying about ancient Samaria, so they had to embed that and then kind of tie it to the history standard that we were doing. And then everybody got to share their story on the blog. Where we upped the ante a little bit was where the kids would actually read the stories that they made to the other class on Fridays, and the kids enjoyed that.
That you put on your ear. They say that he paid about 500 for it, 20 for the paint, and 480 to pay the hospital. The paint was hazardous. He almost died. And sadly, he will not let us interview him.
Thanks, Albert. You guys give him a round of applause.
And so in that video, we have some of my sixth graders. They're reading to students out in Mission Viejo, and then the kids in Mission Viejo are going to read their stories back to my sixth graders. Now, this is more advanced. This was harder. This was part of a project that I was teaching ninth grade, and this is part of a project where my kids were actually helping teach technology to fifth graders out in Mission Viejo. And what they did is they actually rolled out, meaning they taught one class how to use GoAnimate, how to use 3D modeling, and then those kids went on and taught the other classes at their school. And eventually, all the fifth graders at their school were exposed to the technology, and it all started with a group of ninth graders.
Redefining. Distance. Education.
Hey, remember in the beginning of school year when we learned those programs?
What programs?
Crazy SketchUp and GoAnimate?
Oh yeah, when via Psychoness Technology we tutored those kids in Mission Viejo.
Yeah, and when we took that trip to Cal State Bakersfield College to present in front of those teachers.
Hold the camera. Why don't we just go back to the beginning of the story?
Okay.
The top number is the numerator, bottom number is called the what?
Denominator.
Alright, so right now I have 5 8s. So if we bring down these papers and put them together, we will have 5 8s. So 5 8s.
Thumbs up when you guys are ready or done. Okay. After that, go ahead.
So what did you do? How did you get there?
Yeah, so I had the pleasure of going into your classrooms a few times when you guys were actually teaching them and Skyping and FaceTiming with them. So I got to see the reaction of those learners, the younger learners from around the state. And they were just excited. You could tell that they were engaged in what you were talking about, that it was relevant to them. They really wanted to learn from you guys. And you chose something that you knew would interest them. And it also interests you, which was the unique part. So it was fun to see their faces and just how they asked questions of you guys and looked to you guys as models and experts in what you were doing.
Software. My students actually took that software and really went to town with it, and we actually ended up using it throughout the year as a learning tool. So thank you very much for that.
So yeah, they at the end of their whole experience, they put together that video, and then that video helped them win a district film festival, and it was pretty cool. So yeah, just think of collaboration. Collaboration can be whatever you want it to be. It's not the same collaboration we might be used to. So points for this week. For this week, the only thing you must do is answer the questions in the Twitter chat. The following are optional tutorials for you to watch and gain points. You need to create a Twitter account and find an educator or a storyline to follow. Or you have the option of doing that. You have the option of tweeting reflections about the class using the hashtag EDTE 4200 CSUB, and you have the option of creating a 101 account. Maybe the second one isn't so optional because you do have to do the discussion. So in a sense, for doing this one here in the middle, you get points for the discussion, and you also get points that you get to put on your tech quest. And again, there's going to be some videos and tutorials for these activities in the following slides. So if you have any questions this week on, I'm going to go with on Wednesday, and yeah, we'll do Wednesday. On Wednesday, from 5 to 7, I'll be available online if you want to Skype, FaceTime, or Google Hangout, and I'll help you with any issues that you may have. So thanks for watching, and see you in the Twitter chat.